It's alright. I don't mind. Because I just mean it just means that I have to be a little bit more conscientious with my... Did I seriously get killed by thrown weapon users? Hello and welcome back to the last days. Now, when we left off, we were doing some damage to some people around Woodsman Village. Unfortunately, we couldn't help Jarl Helkeroth anymore, and so we had to basically leave him to his own devices and to his inevitable fate. And he was defeated relatively soon afterwards. Anyway, we do have Thorin Stonehelm here from Erebor, and he's currently fighting a Rune war party. So I'm going to be helping Rune, of course. I mean, they are my my faction, so I should probably do something to assist them a little bit. Now, bear in mind that this is obviously not the most, shall we say, I don't like this battlefield, as I've said multiple times before. I feel like the developers have done a pretty fantastic job of pretty much putting battlefields that are going to be resulting in a fair diversity when it comes to the, I don't know, the various factions in the area. Because when you think about it, you've got plains, you know, you've got plains wherever Mirkwood Forest is not. And that's obviously great for Rune. But most of the enemy tends to move within the forest. So if you are going to do well as Rune, you have to be a little bit opportunistic. Keep a lookout for any kind of little opening, any situation that may befall you, and you might be able to do something with it. And look at this! We're actually dealing massive damage. It's pretty good. I like it. Now, the one thing that we've got to be very careful of is the fact that these guys have shields. You see that? I literally had a shot difficulty and no damage came up. That is hilarious. Anyway, let's tell my forces just to charge straight on in here. I actually have no clue where my forces are or whether they're going to have any issues with obstacles or something, but as you can no doubt see, the enemy has actually split their forces. I can't even imagine why they would do such a thing, but it was probably because they wanted to murder me, and now that has resulted in us being able to pull off a pretty fantastic separation maneuver on them. So that's great. Obviously that was not intended and was completely by mistake, but I'm going to act as though I did that completely on purpose, because let's face it, that's what everyone does, right? You know, the greatest the greatest strategists in the world were just like, oh yes, I meant to do that. No, I'm obviously just joking, but the point is, hopefully we're not going to die here. Yes, no, we're not going to die. There we go. A nice little slash right there. Oh, I was actually attempting to slash at one of my own fellows right there, but I got to remember that dwarves tend not to have any cavalry to speak of, so if anyone's on a horse, then I can pretty much just leave them alone. Long axe dwarves, yes. They are definitely going to be a thorn in our side. As you can no doubt tell, they are doing massive damage to us, and I'm hopeful that we will not sustain too many casualties from them, he says, as many of them are getting kills. And Thorin Stonehelm himself is actually right here, I believe. Is that him? I think that was him. No, that was actually just some random... Oh, no, it was. I think that was actually him. Never mind. Okay, so finally we have eliminated him, because he's kind of like a magnet, you know? I don't know whether you've noticed that in our previous fights, but whenever we go into any kind of battle and the enemy's hero manages to stay alive for a somewhat extended period of time, then our forces tend to gravitate around that area, because of course they are, you know, they're seeing a deadly enemy, and they're thinking to themselves, oh yes, we should probably murder this guy as fast as we possibly can. But in doing so, it is making things a little bit uncomfortable for us, because then everyone is in range of him. That's pretty much how it goes. But our allied casualty report actually doesn't even look that bad. We only took, oh, never mind. Our own casualties were actually much more significant than I anticipated. We lost 11, but we did gain some rank points, and we've now advanced to rank 22. I know some people say that advancing to any rank above 10 is kind of useless, but it actually does improve my maximum company size, which is obviously something that I'm looking forward to doing every single time I venture out. And there we go. Alright, so we're pretty much done there. I have a decent amount of food as well, by the way. I've been going to a number of places. Oh, wait a minute. Hello there. Karen Dolan has been besieged by Master Bolg. Right, we probably want to go over there and see what he's doing, but it's going to take us a while to get there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to... wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, I brought you some prisoners. I'm going to do this first. And we're going to keep the... We're going to keep the Bear Warrior and the Bjorning Karok Berserker, because I think both of these might be able to become werewolves. And as it stands right now, Zigafel is only able to make one of these, as far as I am aware, unless when she leveled up, she was able to make an additional one. I am obviously not entirely sure what the requirements for increasing her capability are, but nevertheless, I'm going to be taking some horse scouts here, some regular horsemen, and then we'll just take 2 tribesmen, why not? And we're just going to continue getting huge amounts of horse archers. That's basically all I really need to do. But obviously, there are some caveats to that, because I really don't want to be in a situation where I have a massive amount. This is rotten now, isn't it? It's 2 days old. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this before... okay, well, yes, I'm going to get rid of this just now. There we go. And yeah, because I don't really want that to turn into something really, really terrible, and then for me to be in a bad situation. Alright, so wait a minute, let's have a look what's going on here. Alright, yeah, so this is obviously better, the one that we're using, but this is a pretty nice bow. We might be able to give this to someone that could potentially use it quite nicely. I'm going to be buying this shield, because that's fantastic. And I was, you know, I'm almost thinking that I might use the two-handed, to be honest. I mean, I know that I've spec'd so heavily into my one-handed, but that's the cool thing about Warband. You don't actually need to specify your character beforehand. Basically, it's all freeform, and as long as you can use that weapon category in enough fights, you're going to be able to level it up to the same eventually. That's obviously a potential for that. So I'm actually going to buy this, because I think I'd like to try it out, because I feel like having a two-handed on horseback is probably going to be super good. I've just got to get a bit more used to the speed, although the speed is basically the same, as you can quite clearly tell. This one is 95 and this one is 92, but of course, a two-handed is... What is actually even going on with this? Because look at this, look at the weight of this thing. The weight of this is 3.0 and the weight of this is 2.8. What? Are you serious? That's actually kind of crazy. Alright. Well, whatever the case, I'm going to be spending 5,000 there, and then I'm actually going to be giving... I think Varfang, doesn't he need a shield? Yeah, he actually does need a shield. I'm actually going to give him my other sword, my good one. And then I'm going to give him this shield, because I feel like he could probably use it quite nicely, to be honest. Okay, let me have a look here. Heavy Rune Horse, let's give him one of those. Heavy Rune Horse has a little bit more survivability, or at least that's usually what I have come to expect from the Heavy Horse prefix in Warband. So hopefully that's going to work out very nicely for us. Anyway, let's just level up a bunch of these guys. Not a big fan of the infantry, gotta say that. I mean, anytime you see infantry with rune, it's usually not gonna work out too well, because obviously they get left behind, they have no shields, they generally will have some problems. Okay, yeah, so apparently she is not able to make an additional werewolf just yet. Maybe it's because she's wounded, or maybe for some other reason, but it doesn't really matter right now. So let's now move on. Bear in mind that my weapon proficiency for two-handed is 33. Yes, 33. So that is pretty awful, isn't it? Yes, that is pretty awful. But it's okay. It's okay. Because as I said, you don't spend focus points in Warband to focus on a particular area or skill in the skill tree. And you can more adequately level something up if you have the dedication and maybe even determination to do so. Anyway, we're going to now move on down to Carandolan and see what we can do about maybe assisting Master Bolg. I have to be very careful in here. Oh, the Wood Elf West Camp is actually being besieged. I would prefer to help out with that, because any single thing that we can do to weaken any of the factions surrounding us is going to be a massive boon for us. It's going to make so much difference to our overall security in this area, and as you can see, Master Bolg was actually just defeated. In other words, I wouldn't have been able to get there in time anyway, so there you go. That decision was made for us, pretty much. Anyway, so this guy, wow, he actually almost has enough. Oh, hello there. Oh dear. Alright, I'm actually going to run away here real quick, because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen here. And I would like to fight in the daytime. Yeah, you know what? Let's go and help him, eh? Let's go and help him. I think that would probably be a good idea, right? So let's rush to the aid of his forces. 353 against the enemy's 132. I mean, technically it looks as though we're going to be absolutely fine, but this is in Mirkwood. Do bear that in mind. This is in Mirkwood. We are, well, pretty much defenseless against arrows unless we equip our shields specially. And yeah, it's a little bit weird how it works now, because apparently the developers have added something that basically goes, oh, your shield's too big to be used with a bow. And so you have to kind of use the scroll wheel twice as much to get to where you want to be. So obviously that's a bit of an issue, but yeah, hopefully I should be able to use my archery to the best of its ability. So let's have a look here. The enemy is in that direction over there. So I'm going to take a little bit of cover behind this tree and then just see what's going on. Ah, there they are. Do you think I can hit them from here? Let's try it. No? I'm not seeing where that arrow is going, unfortunately. No, I don't think this bow is actually powerful enough to make it all the way there. Oh, there's some weird geometry going on here, or weird environmental obstacles that we have to deal with. Okay, yeah, this is actually quite bad. We need to get over there as soon as possible. I feel like the fellow from Gundabad probably would have been able to defeat King Thranduil without any issue whatsoever, but I've now headed in here, and it's now making things even more difficult for him, basically. Oh, nice headshot. What? How did I do that? I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask the guy that I just killed, and he's going to be like, I don't know either. You know? That's what's going to happen. Let's just kill a bunch. Let's just continue killing. Why not? We've got really good archery skill now, by the way. I don't know whether you've noticed that, but we do. It's pretty amazing. Okay, murder him, and him, and wow, this is actually kind of crazy. Okay, yeah, that was great. Okay, so now let's just do a little bit of damage with this. Can we maybe get some weapon proficiencies? I would very much like weapon proficiencies, if at all possible. We've got to be careful here. This is pretty bad, actually. Okay, yeah, we're going to be dealing basically no damage. Nice. Okay. There we go. There we go. We're gonna level this up pretty fast, as you can see, but we've got to be careful here. I cannot be in a situation where we get ourselves taken out. That's just going to be terrible. Okay, here we go. What's going on here? Nothing much by the looks of things. This guy is just chilling. I think we're good, actually. I think that's it. Yeah, there's only 5 enemies remaining. I just couldn't see anyone, basically. I mean, the undergrowth was very thick around here. Our enemies were swarmed by our allies. It was basically impossible to see anyone, but there you go. We actually ended up only losing 2 units. Our friend lost 31, but that is, of course, to be expected because he uses orc units, and orcs and goblins are much, much likelier to perish at the hands of our enemies. Anyway, I'm just going to leave these prisoners behind. Don't really care too much to take them because we don't obviously eat human flesh or anything like that. So let's just speak to him now because we actually did level up. Here we go. What's this? Great Enforcer of Mount Gundabad. Idol of the First Orc. Lead more orcs. Well, that would actually be quite amazing. If I could, I would actually love to take this and I would love to utilize it in some useful fashion. But the way it is right now, I just can't do anything with this. I mean, there's nothing that I can do. This is a rune-focused series, and I'm not going to start introducing orcs into my army at the moment. But who knows what's going to happen in the future. I would love to be able to create a series that is focused on using orcs and goblins and stuff like that, because the weird dichotomy that transpires when you're up against an elf force, and let's say you have, like, I don't know, like this guy, let's say you have like 300 units, and then some elf force with like 150 or 100 comes along and then literally kills 100 of your guys. But then you can literally go back to one of your outposts and then be like, wait a minute, I've got a full capacity again of 300 units, because it is just that fast to get those units back. It's pretty crazy. Okay, now this is probably going to go pretty badly. Yeah. This is going to go pretty badly. Oh, oh, that might actually be something we want to help in. I feel like this guy's probably going to perish now. I don't think I can do much about this. I mean, that's the thing. The Vale of Anduin is actually extremely weak. And I think I'd probably be able to do something there, but for now, I'm going to leave him to his own devices. He's definitely going to get defeated, unfortunately, but I'd like to see what's going on in Lothlorien for the moment. I feel like that might be a pretty fun thing to do. And what have we got going on here? We've got some patrols going on, and we've probably got some people that have leveled up as well. Oh, yeah, massive level ups. That is really, really nice. Let's get some more horse archers, more warlords. More horse archers, there we go. Fantastic. And Ziggerfell actually advanced in level 2, which is really nice, because that means we can get 21 in intelligence, which is insanity. Just look at her skills already. They are just fantastic. We're going to go for another point in surgery and first aid for her, and then I'm going to get her... Should I get her some points in throwing, or should I get her some points in archery? Because it'd probably be a good idea to give her a bow, right, at some point? Although she has nothing in power draw. So it kind of makes no sense. Oh, wait a minute. I require another wolf from you. Yeah, there we go. She did it. We've got 2. Look at that. We actually have 2. That's great. I actually am not entirely sure what determined that we were able to get to. Oh, he literally left. Right. Well, I guess I'm just going to accompany him then, and we're going to see where he goes. I assume he's going to do something interesting. Cross fingers. Let's cross our fingers that he's going to do something interesting. Seems like he's attacking these guys. That's absolutely fine. Let's just attack them real fast. These are going to die extremely quickly, but this is going to give me a good opportunity to maybe level up my two-handed weapon proficiency a little bit. That could be quite useful. So let's see what else is going on here. Wow, our allies literally have 139. That's actually kind of crazy. Okay, so I've got to be careful here as well, because bear in mind, these are still elves. They still have the capability to kill me extremely fast. So we need to be careful. Okay, that was not exactly what I intended, but sure. Are you serious right now? Oh, yeah, my timing. My timing is so completely off because I'm not used to using it two-handed. There we go, that's a bit better. That was a bit better right there. Gonna get used to it. Don't worry about that. I will get used to this because this sword is actually really fun to use on horseback. And that's primarily what we're going to be doing, well, 90% of the time, I suppose, whenever we get the rare opportunity to go into a siege. And when we're in a siege, this two-handed weapon is actually going to be super useful too, because we're going to be able to outrange most of our enemies, and then it's just going to be super fun. Alright, so let me actually just see here real quick. I'm actually wondering whether I should... I'm wondering whether I should actually swap out this sword for the smoked fish, because I can always buy another sword if it's required, potentially. That was the sword that Varfang was using. Okay, so this guy's literally just running around doing random stuff here. Okay. Oh, Woodsman Village has actually been besieged? By Jarl Helkeroth, no less. Interesting. Let's go over there and see what's happening. Yes. Yes. I like this. Oh. Hello there, Mr. Chief. Okay, I'd like him to actually attack. Yes, that is fantastic. That is actually fantastic. I wait a minute. What? Did he leave just now? Yes, it seems like he left just now. What is this? What is this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is fantastic. I will do what you ask. Kill 57 of this guy's troops. That is exactly what I will do. Thank you very much. So we have 313. The Jarl actually left, weirdly enough. I'm not entirely sure why he left the fight. But, sure. I don't really mind, you know. If he's going to leave, then that's his prerogative. He can decide to do that if he wants to. But, for me, I'm going to get stuck in there. Oh, yes. I'm going to get stuck in there and we're going to do as much damage as possible. Oh, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at the battle map and I'm like, what? Ooh, that's actually kind of dangerous. Ugh. Yeah. The horse control in Warband is a lot more, shall we say, janky than it is in Bannerlord, as you would expect. So it is a little bit rough around the edges, so to speak. But that's alright. It's alright. I don't mind. Because it just means that I have to be a little bit more conscientious with my... Did I seriously get killed by thrown weapon users? Why does that... I don't know why that happens to me. I have no idea why that happens to me, but thankfully I have a massive amount of first aid, so I should be... Oh, well. Yeah, Zigafel unfortunately did get herself taken out as well, so now I am in a situation where we... yeah. Where we won't really have a great time of things. However, I did complete the task already, if you can believe it. Yeah, that was pretty fast, wasn't it? Yeah. So we're going to be able to speak to Jarl Helkroth, and obviously doing a task for him right now is kind of useless, but as I've said before, increasing your company capacity is never really a waste of time. But I'm not really going to stress about doing tasks for them any further, because obviously, why would you? There's no point in really doing that unless it's going to give you a massive amount of resource points or in general just going to be easy to do, which is exactly what this task was. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to just continue killing a couple of people here and there. No, don't get killed now. Don't get killed by this guy. Are you serious? Look at that. Did you see that? He waded right in there. He really wanted to kill us. Specifically kill us. Mind you, that was a nice hit as well. And with that, I think that's pretty much it. Thankfully, we're still alive. I really didn't want to end the battle on me being face down in the dirt kind of moment. You know, that would have been pretty awful. Alright, so there you go. We did end up losing one warlord, which is not that big a deal, but look at this, 120 rank points. That's super, super nice. And we can also take a couple of people if we want to. Let's take a bear warrior. Do they have any berserkers? No, they don't. What about the Bjorning warriors? I have no idea what is the highest tier of unit here. I've never really known that much about the Vale of Anduin, to be honest, apart from the fact that they're pretty easy to defeat most of the time. So, yeah. I can expect, actually, the gameplay with these guys is going to be super difficult because most of their units do not have shields, and especially considering it feels to me like Gundabad really favors archers or goblin archers, and they also favor cavalry as well. And then you have Rune on the other side of things as your main enemies, and Rune obviously has a huge amount of horse archers, so I have no idea how anyone is supposed to play as the Vale of Anduin. It's going to be a hard mode. Oh yes, it's going to be hard mode engaged. Alright, what's this? Scout camp nearby. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Why not? That's really, really close. Right? What? All the way over there? Are you serious? Why is it all the way over there? I have no clue, but apparently it is all the way over here, so I will be making my way there. Great. Oh, well, never mind. Rune veteran horse archers actually become Balkoth horse archers. So the more that I can level up horse archers, the better. I was actually half thinking that what I should do is literally just put a bunch of my cavalry. I mean, here's the thing. I don't actually have like a... I mean, maybe I do? I think there is a function that enables me to place... No, I don't want to fight these guys. Okay, thank you. That was close. But yeah, I think there is a function that allows me to place units in a temporary sort of garrison area, you know. And I was actually thinking that that might be a good way to do things, because then what I could possibly try is putting a bunch of cavalry in there, like just regular cavalry, and then just taking more and more horse archers and leveling those up, and then just fully doubling down on that composition. I'm not entirely sure how strong that's going to make our forces, but the Balkoth heavy horse archers, or the Balkoth horse archers, are, in my opinion, some of the strongest that we're going to see. And so that's the reason why I decided that maybe it would be an idea to do that. Or shall we say I pondered it. I pondered it somewhat. Okay, so the Woodolph West Camp is under siege once again. So I'm actually going to do something here. I'm going to follow around Muriel for the moment. I have 40% HP. This is the main problem here, you see. I really wanted to fight her with more than that. And especially, I wanted to fight her on the fields of the Vale of Anduin, rather than fighting in Mirkwood. So I'm actually hoping that it will turn to day. No? Wow. I feel like the night is actually way too long, but maybe that's just my thinking. I mean, it's probably the exact same time and duration as the daytime, but it feels like a lot longer because you're literally waiting for this thing to happen, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's move on to the scout camp. I only have 6 days to complete it, so I might as well get over there as soon as possible. Karen, oh yeah, okay, fine, that's fine. Okay, very good. Karen Amroth has been besieged by General Mugslag again, which is really good. And let's go into the scout camp. Hopefully I'm not going to take massive damage here. Oh, this is one of those easier ones. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Unfortunately, most of the time in these scout camps, the pathfinding is a little bit iffy. So we have to be a bit cautious about getting stuck. Oh, yes, of course. Good job, Zigafel. You just ran right in there and died. That is exactly what I expect of you nowadays for some reason. Not entirely sure why she decides to do that every single time, but I guess I should really just, you know, put her on a different tag or something like that, and then just literally tell her to stand at the back of the battlefield or something. I mean, I've generally done that in the past with medics as it is. And yeah, that's probably... are you serious? Wow, I almost literally died again. Wow, this guy. What a crazy, crazy fellow he is. Okay, I'm going to slash this guy. Or not. Dueling with a two-handed. Yes. This is not good. That is probably one of the worst things that anyone can do. Dueling with a two-handed when you have utterly abysmal proficiency. Okay, no, we're fine. Alright, that's actually okay. Now, where are the remaining forces? Oh, there's literally one... Where? All the way outside the camp? Okay, that's kind of weird. Alright. I don't mind that so much, but there you go. This will slow the advance of the enemy. Very good. Okay. That is exactly what we wanted to hear. And now there is no duration on that. And we also need to speak to Ulworth, the Balkoth, to claim your reward. We also need to speak to this guy as well. Okay, so what's actually going on here? We should probably head over there, shouldn't we? I do need to now restore my HP yet again. I probably should have spec'd into wound treatment. Now that I think about it. But I was wanting to kind of focus on my units a little bit more. Ooh. You know, I'm actually thinking I might be able to take these guys on. If I can get them into a non-forested area, I should be able to do massive damage. But I'm kind of a little bit worried. Yeah, Zigafel, you're going to need to go down here. And I'm going to be placing you in the unnamed group. And we're just going to rename her Medic or something like that. And that is it. There we go. And now she's going to be Medic. So every single time I go into a battle, I have to remember to do this, obviously. Because if you do it, and then don't actually utilize the function, then obviously it is all for nothing. So hopefully I'm going to remember to do it in the first place. Alright, nothing on here, nothing going on here. Okay, so I assume that they're still, yeah, they are still besieging the Woodsman village. So I will be heading on over there as soon as I possibly can to help out. Yeah, they are needing so... No! Where are all the vassals? Where are all the fellow vassals that we could potentially use to help us? But apparently Jarl Helkaroth just got himself taken down, which is not very nice. Okay, wait a minute. Let's just take a quick look here. So, alright, we already know that the long-beard axe dwarves are going to be super, super strong. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, as you can see, long-beard axe dwarves. He has about 13, 14 of these. They are really good, as you can quite clearly tell. They have massive proficiencies. They have 79 HP, as you would expect. Now, the question is, do they have a huge amount of these guys? Because these guys are even better than the other ones. So does he have any of those? He does not. He does have some Iron Hills infantry and warriors and things like that, but they don't, they're not actually like maxed out or anything like that. We might be able to do something here. What do you think? Shall we try it? Well, I actually did want to attack him, but now he's ventured into Mirkwood, as you can quite clearly tell. Which is pretty bad. Oh, there's a fantastic... Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. This is perfect. This is... okay, yeah, this is absolutely perfect. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so we've got a Mordor war party right here with 150 of Mordor units. I don't really care what they have. But the main draw here is the Dwarven prisoner train. I don't know whether you can see what they actually have in their prisoners hold here, but they have 9 noble riders of Rune. They have 20 horse scouts. They have 8 veteran horse archers, 5 outriders, and they also have 5 warlords of Rune. And those are fantastic. So I'm actually going to be heading in here and seeing what we can do. It's 238 against 203. Bear in mind, this is fighting within the forest itself, and I do not like this one bit. But I am going to try my best, and hopefully we'll succeed where many others have failed, including Jarl Helkaroth. So we'll see if maybe we can achieve some kind of small victory here. Now, bear in mind though, this is the main reason why attacking a prisoner train is actually kind of without risk for the most part. Because even if I lose, let's say 99% of my army, I'm still going to be able to get, well, about 80-something units back in return. And that's exactly the reason why, you know, doing this kind of thing is actually fantastic. Okay, wait a minute. Where are the enemies? They're over in that direction. There they are. Okay, so let's move our forces over here. Everyone hold this position. Thank you very much. And we've got to be a little bit careful because they are dwarves. They're not going to be that good with ranged, although saying that, I did just get impaled by one of their javelins in the previous little scout camp task. So I would like to maybe maybe reduce the chances of that happening again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my bow and try and deal some damage to some of their forces before they even get to us, if at all possible. I am terrible with this. I really am. Okay, come on, guys. Could you actually start like doing damage? Are you gonna do damage or no? Okay, where are my allies, by the way? Because I feel like my allies are not actually doing anything. Are they? Kind of. Okay, well, let's just tell them to charge in. Yeah, I actually forgot to... Ah, dear. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Great. That was very good of me, wasn't it? I was like, yes, I need to make sure that I place her as a medic at the back of the battlefield, and then what do I do in the first battle that we have her? I don't even bother to do that. Fantastic. Well, we should be absolutely fine here. I mean, you can see that we're actually winning pretty decisively, but obviously that is no thanks to me. That is literally just thanks to a number of my people. And hopefully I'm going to be able to do a little bit of damage, at least a little, in some of these little charge attacks that I have going on here. Take out these axe dwarves, please. Yeah, there we go. We're actually taking out a whole bunch, and he is rallying his troops, but I don't think that's actually going to make any difference whatsoever. I think it is a bit too late, sir. I think it is a bit too late. I'm going to get out my bow, try and do some damage to them from here. As you can see, they're actually shooting me back right now. Yeah, nice. Took out one of them. Very good. Is he up there, by the way? I think he's up there. I'm not entirely sure, but we're dealing damage. That's all that really matters. We're dealing damage. As long as I deal damage, I don't really mind, because every little bit of damage is going to help to eliminate that particular unit, whichever one I hit. And that just means that less damage done to our forces is going to result in less casualties, of course. Ah, yeah, who would have thought that? Ow. Okay. Yeah, the troll literally just dismounted me. That was hilarious. Okay, come on now. Get him. Yeah, there we go. It's the first time we've actually fought on foot with my two-handed, with the exception of that scout camp. So this is going to be kind of interesting. Don't really want to get killed. How are we doing? Yeah, we're doing okay. We should be absolutely fine. I kind of want to put my shield out. Let me put out my shield. There we go. Oh, do you see that? One of the werewolves literally just dived at that guy. Wow, that was actually crazy. Get him! Yeah, there we go. We got him. Yes. My proficiency is only 60. That's actually kind of terrible, isn't it? Yeah, that is kind of terrible. Maybe I should spec a bit more into Weapon Master or something like that, because that's going to obviously improve the speed at which we learn things. And it's going to give us a little bit of... Well, technically it's going to give us a little bit of proficiency points as it is. Wait a minute. Is this guy literally... Wait a minute. Is he inside the environment? Or are we attacking this guy? Yeah, that was King Dane himself. Yeah, he's an absolute monster. Like, he needs huge amounts of enemies to take him down. So there you go. 16 units were killed. But as I said, this actually makes no difference whatsoever to me. Because what I'm able to do now is this. Look at this. I can literally go here, take all these veteran horse archers, take the noble riders, take the warlords, and we literally have the pick, pretty much. We can literally take whatever we want, and we have a full army. And we still would have more, even if I had lost additional units. It's actually kind of amazing. So I'm going to take some Longbeard Axe Dwarves, because maybe they'll become werewolves. I don't think they can become werewolves, actually, because they are dwarves. Don't think dwarves are eligible for that transformation. I don't know why. You must be this tall to ride, potentially. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. That is it. I'm going to be taking a couple of metal scraps, because I'm probably going to be heading back to a town reasonably soon. And look at that, we've actually leveled up to 20. That is fantastic. More war riders right there as well, more veteran horse archers and warlords and so on. There we go. That's actually fantastic. Let's take a quick look at the faction strengths. You can see here the Woodland Realm, Dale, they're both at around 1200, 1500. And where's Erebor? Oh, Erebor is actually still doing reasonably well. They have about 2,700, which is really not that bad. That is okay, you know, it's okay. It's not great, but it's fine. And we also have Gundabad, who, wow, they're doing fantastically, as you can see right there. They have 5,500. Rune is really, really strong as well, 5,500 too. We are actually stronger than Mordor right now? Really? I'm actually surprised about that. Usually Mordor is really difficult to deal with for Gondor, but maybe the developers of The Last Days have kind of, you know, tweaked things a little bit and made the battle down there a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit closer potentially. But we'll see how it progresses. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.